My dear brothers and sisters, it's my humble request to all of you that please watch this video patiently till the end, otherwise you will lose the cream of this video. Bhasmasur was a devotee of the Lord Shiva who performed great penance to obtain a boon from Lord Shiva. Shiva became pleased and asked him to ask for a boon. Bhasmasur then asked that he be granted the power that anyone whose head he touched with his hand should burn up and immediately turn into ashes. Bhasmasur then wanted to test his new-found power by placing his hand on Shiva. So Shiva ran and prayed to Vishnu for help. Vishnu in the form of Mohini appeared in front of Bhasmasur. Mohini was so exceedingly beautiful that Bhasmasur immediately fell in love with Mohini. Bhasmasur asked her to marry him. She told him that she was very fond of dancing and would marry him only if he could match her moves identically. Bhasmasur agreed to the match and hence they started dancing. The feat went for days at an end. As Bhasmasur matched Mohini move by move, he began to let his guard down. While still dancing, Mohini struck a pose where her hand was placed on top of her own head. As Bhasmasur copied her, he was tricked into touching his own head, and hence Bhasmasur immediately burnt up and turned into ashes due to the power he had recently gained. The story, when read by people of various reasoning and mindset, have different takeaways. For example, one may think, why did Lord Shiva have to run away from Bhasmasur? He always had a third eye at his disposal and should have just burnt Bhasmasur and go back to Kailash having learnt a lesson. One would think, why did Lord Shiva, the Omniscient, not suspect Bhasmasur's next move or not check his intention when granting a boon? Please, one must understand that a story is just a story. Never ask for reasoning, ask for moral. My dear brothers and sisters, from the story, what I want to convey is that at some point of our life, we all become Bhasmasur. By becoming Bhasmasur, I mean that if you are seeking revenge, you might as well destroy not only the person or persons, but also yourself. Because in that journey of revenge, as you vibrate at the negative frequency associated with it, you doom yourself and your future prospects along with it. Just like Bhasmasur, who had come out to consume Shiva, and in the end, God burnt himself to ashes. It was Confucius who stated that before you embark on a journey of revenge, dig 2 graves. Now, the questions may come in your mind that if someone hurts us, does wrong to us, does injustice, should we not take revenge from them? No, you should not take revenge from them, but virtuous revenge. Revenge is bad, but virtuous revenge is good. Virtuous revenge means punishment by giving life lesson to the culprit. When someone does wrong to you, you have an instant angry reaction in your mind and you have the desire to do the culprit what he or she has done to you, tit for tat. This is a thoughtless reaction followed up by a crooked plan to settle matters. This event is called revenge. It is neither good for you nor for society because its very basis is ego, self-assumed identity, and its very impact is destructive. Ravan couldn't lift the Dhanush in the court of King Janak despite having all powers on the earth. His ego was hurt and he crookedly planned a revenge by depriving Ram of Sita as he was deprived of Sita's hand in the court. This was revenge. Sri Ram felt hurt and he decided to bring Mother Sita back from the clutches of Ravan. The object of Ram was to get Sita back and not to kill Ravan. However, when the victims of Ravan's tyranny began to meet Ram organized an army and decided to teach him a lesson. Before crossing the sea, he sent his agents to knock the right sense in Ravan. However, after all such moves failed, Ram waged a war against him, killed Ravan, freed Sita, and gave the kingdom to Ravan's brother Vibhishan. This is called virtuous revenge. That is why in the 11th discourse, Lord Shri Krishna calls upon Arjun to fight and kill the greats like Dronacharya, Kripacharya and Bhishma Pitama with the power of virtuous revenge. He qualifies this by telling Arjun that in such a case, you act like my instrument, I do it for you. This is just to tell Arjun that Krishna approves of virtuous revenge as his action. But converting the instant feeling of revenge into merit-based virtuous revenge involves an intricate psychological process. They evolve you and raise you above the mundane reactions and arm you with the solid weapon to regain your honor and self-respect. Revenge is a raw reaction, however, virtuous revenge is a well-processed response with the right object in mind. I hope this video has inspired you for virtuous revenge and not revenge. Subscribe this channel and press the bell icon for more videos like this. Thanks for watching. Hare Krishna.